Welcome to another episode of Straight Shooting Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Dujane Bland. We welcome you to our Redskins edition of the show, and boy, oh boy, the circus has begun once again. We seem to find ways to mess up a good thing, don't we? I mean, continually it seems like we're going through this process, and now, after the debacle at FedEx Field, the 45-10 beatdown, Shanahan's job is in question, and now Sir Robert Griffin III has been shut down for the season. Due to his health, they say. That's funny. You know, it's funny how no one was concerned about RG3 Stack's health in a rain, sleet, and snow affair at FedEx Field. But now all of a sudden we're concerned about Robert Griffin's health. Okay, yeah. Shanahan is on his way out. Now, my gut tells me that somehow, some way he could still be here next year. And then I listened to said press conference that we had here today, and no way, no snowball chance, and you know what, that he's here next year. I think we saw a few cannons fired earlier in the week at Daniel Snyder, and there were more cannons fired today, saying that the owner didn't care about any other position other than said quarterback, talking about the situation in Seattle, which he weirdly admitted to being wrong. You know, it's funny. I listened to a lot of people come down on Daniel Snyder about this incident, about what's going on here. But Daniel Snyder's taking the high road and not getting involved when he very well could get involved here. Now, we know there's a lot of money involved. There's $7 million that is Shanahan given next year. And he wants out. He's making it clear by doing what he's doing here, as far as benching the captain quarterback. And we're blaming Snyder for all of this. Well, he stayed out of the clear, and he's continued to stay out of it. And I think this is a great move for Daniel, because it's obvious that Mike Shanahan is trying to do everything he can to pin this on Daniel Snyder and that relationship relationship he has with Robert Griffin III, or what relationship not is, whatever. And some of you fans are buying it hook, line, and sinker. And I'm here to tell you, I don't buy anything that Mr. Mike Shanahan, the Red Lobster, is saying at all, ever again. You know, I've defended Mr. Shanahan on this show for weeks. And then you put that turd out on the field, and now you're ready to own that turd that you laid last week. But you laid 4 consecutive turds on the field, and you wouldn't admit to anything until now. Interesting. Where do we go from here? Well, Kirk Cousins is going to be your starter. I think this is a great opportunity for the Redskins to showcase him. And as much as we want to believe that, you know, there's nothing to play for, I agree. That is a great reason to bench Robert. His health is a great reason, but that is not the said reason why Shanahan is benching Robert Griffin III. It's a jab at the owner. Now, I agree with the move, and I don't agree with the move. The reason why I agree is because we want to have Robert Griffin healthy for next year. He needs the offseason program. That's why the numbers are down. That's why his completion percentage is down. That's why his overall quarterback percentage is down, because of that offseason performance. And his performance hasn't been great this season at all. Now you want to say offensive line is not protecting him. He's holding the ball too long, whatever. We know that this offensive line can't protect him. And I don't see them doing very much more protecting Kirk Cousins, other than the fact that Kirk can get the ball out a little bit faster. But he did have an offseason versus Robert not having any offseason to grow. Now, where does this organization go from here? Well, I don't know, but I don't think Shanahan can stay here. There's obviously a huge problem in the front office with Shanahan and Snyder and that whole conglomerate of things. There's a big problem there, and that's got to get solved. Now, the only concern I have is I hope that Daniel Snyder is not messing around behind the scenes and meddling where all of us can't see. And some of these things that Shanahan has put out here as if he didn't have the authority to change quarterbacks earlier in the season, and he would have earlier in the season, but the owner wouldn't let him. That kind of underlining thing there, I hope that's not the case. But if it is, we can expect the same old in upcoming years. And I'm sorry, I won't be around to be tolerating with that. This has just gotten way out of hand. Now, when we look on to this game with Kirk starting, I don't know if you're going to see much change. It'll give us a reason to watch. But if you saw the performance last week and the manner that they're going about benching the starting quarterback, I don't know, man. I don't know what you're going to see. You may see a little bit of re-energized team, maybe. But the problems are there. So we'll see. But I'm not going to pick the Washington Redskins, as I haven't the past several weeks, and I will continue to not pick them because they're not good. And with all this circus, they're not going to be any better, and there's no way that everyone can be focused at the task at hand with all the fanfare and trumpeting and marching around at Redskins Park going on. So with that being said, the Falcons find a way to win, as bad as they have been. And they'll find a way to win because the Redskins give everyone a win and have given everyone a needed win when they needed it this season. Well, hang in there, Redskins fans. We appreciate you watching the show. Again, we'd really be interested on what you think about what's going on here and what needs to be done. That would be something that we would really be interested in hearing your take on. So look us up, Facebook, /Straight Shooting ST. Comment there on the situation, and we'll talk about this next week. We'll keep this going. Shoot us an email to straightshootingst@gmail.com. Be glad to receive that. This is probably the worst it's been in Washington, and we want to hear from you, Redskins Nation, because a lot of you, like me, have been here through all of it. The Zorns, the Spurriers, the list goes on, Schottenheimers. So we'd really like to hear from you. Again, we thank you for watching the show. And this has been another edition, Redskins edition, of Straight Shooting Sports Talk.